When I started at WisenBaker in 1991, Robert had just been working for WisenBaker as an employee, making sure that we were improving quality carpet installations. He was part of that foundational generation from WisenBaker. You know, I named Manuel, Lamar, my dad. That founding of WisenBaker is part of that group, but he was also an agent of change.
Overall, Robert was always a kind-hearted person to everyone that crossed his path, with this beautiful smile, laid-back personality, just all around very nice person.
He was a very calm person, very nice. Honestly, I never saw him mad. What I do miss about Robert V is he used to take me to lunch. He's the person that introduced me to Luby's. Haven't stopped going since.
I was sharing with the much older crowd how I had heard on the radio a new way to learn Spanish by using word associations, and one of the ones that I remembered from the radio commercial was they used the phrase socks to train you how to say S-O-C-K-S, socks, and I just thought that was a cool way to learn Spanish. That was 1992, about in the spring. So from that point forward until probably 98 when we got cell phones, Robert no longer called me John or John Jr. I was Socks to Robert from that point forward. He would get on the radio and say, "How about your socks?"
One word to describe Robert, I just say happy. I don't think I ever saw Robert without a smile on his face.
Kind-hearted.
Wonderful. Relentless. If he wanted you to do something, you were going to do it even if you didn't want to. That's just how he was for sure.
Genuine was how I would describe Robert.
He was a good worker. He was a good dad. He was a good husband. But most of all to me, he was a good friend. And I still miss my friend.
So I'm a single mom, and I only have one car. Well, my car had started acting up and making weird sounds, and Shelby was like, "Diane, you really need to reach out to the foundation for some help." But I was like, if I put it into the shop for them to look at my bumper, and then I can see about having the foundation fix whatever's actually wrong with my engine. So that's when I reached out. I think the funniest part was my son was riding with me after I got it fixed. He goes, "Hey, Mom, your car doesn't sound like a boat anymore." And I was like, "No, it's been fixed." I would say, do not hesitate. My dad taught me growing up that the answer is always no until you ask. It inspired me to start giving more. When I first started working here at my onboarding, they give you the forms to fill out. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. They have this employee foundation and Christmas fund. Yeah, I'm going to sign up for it. God bless me with this awesome job. I'm going to, try and give a little. And after this, it's like, it's not going to hurt me to give a little more each paycheck. So somebody else who finds themselves in this circumstance and needs the help, that it can be there for them as well.
Well, we're living in a hard situation right now. So my sister came to visit me and she had an accident and I had to have some treatments for myself and my medical situation. And it was a hard situation for me to pay my rent, to pay my car insurance and my bills, food, everything. So I was kind of stressed. At the beginning, I was embarrassed to ask for or request for help because I'm the kind of person that I don't like to be bothered anybody. My boss saw me that I was kind of depressed, so I shared with him a little bit of what my situation was. So he encouraged me to make the application for the foundation, and I said, hey, don't worry, that's why we have the foundation. It's not really too many words to say, just everything that I can say, I will make it in just one word or two words, thank you. Thank you because you don't know how really important is what you do for us, the people that we are in situations like this, but sometimes life is stressful, especially like I say in my case that I live by myself, and I feel happy with the company. I feel happy what I do, and I feel just so grateful with the company, with the people who help us. And I can only say, God bless you all, and don't hesitate.
So I was living in Killeen and driving to Pflugerville every day. It was just one of them times where the car went down and it really wasn't no extra money right there. I was just kind of talking to my manager and he let me know that maybe you should reach out to them because these are the things that they help with. When I found out they would help me, it was a big relief. You know what I mean? I could actually go tell my wife that I think we got it figured out. Me personally, I realized that it was some help. So, you know, you kind of feel like it's you against the world until, you know, they would help. The family was stoked. My wife was even more stoked because we can keep getting to work. To the people that donate, to the sponsors, the golf tournament, it's not in vain. What you're doing helps out a lot of people, more so than you know.
So in 2017, my wife and I had just bought our first home, and shortly thereafter, Hurricane Harvey flooded our house. We had about 8 feet of water outside and about 6 feet of water inside. Everything that could fit in a truck is what we got to save. Everything else that was left in the home was completely lost. So that was extremely difficult for my family and I to go through, especially having just gotten established in life. The WisenBaker Foundation reached out to us as soon as we flooded. John and WisenBaker made it known that we had help on the way. They made sure that we had assistance the entire time, whether it be a work day or meeting our financial needs to help or products that they donated along the way, but they were the ones that initiated and facilitated all of the help that we could ask for. When my daughter asked me, what are we going to do? And my honest answer was, I don't know, was one of the hardest moments as a father that I can remember during this entire thing. And WisenBaker Foundation reaching out to answer that question of what are we going to do is one of the most meaningful things that they could have done. We prayed, and the WisenBaker Foundation was an answer to that prayer. When my kids got to move back into our house after all the work was done, it was a month before Christmas, and it was one big final push to get everything done. And then they spent that Christmas back in our house, and that was the moment that I could not have appreciated all of it more in that moment. You may not know where your money is spent, but it is helping someone out of the darkest chapter that they may be going through in their life. And every dollar that they spend on someone is a wise stewardship of your money.
God put people on this world to help us in our times of need, and that's what the foundation's here for. Big needs, little needs, and everything in between. Just don't be afraid to ask.
Like I said, I'm always happy with the company, with the way they treat us. But now that I feel like more grateful and thank you for what you did for me.
It lifts your spirits when you find out that somebody will help. You know what I mean? It lifts your spirit when you find out somebody will help.
Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. You're helping people that are struggling to make it through life, because there are very difficult times that life will throw you, and the WisenBaker Foundation is a lifesaver in the middle of the storm.